Killer, who's in the 12 o'clock position as the Blue Terran. I am casting this game at Killer's request. The interesting part about this game is that Killer is a gold rank 48 who is being matched against Danny, who is a diamond 20. Danny is scouting with his Overlord like any good diamond player should. A little bit of talk going back and forth, and I'm going to speed this up because these casts are not usually all too interesting in the beginning, as there's not much to talk about, whereas with the tournament, you've got the rankings to speak of. Supply Depot is going down, and he is going to be walling off because, from what he said in his email, and Danny did choose the race Zerg, so he does know he's playing against the Zerg. Overlord is working his way across. I'm going to switch this to the production tab for the time being. And looks like we are getting a lot of drones out. This is probably going to be a 16 pool, or might be a 14 pool from Danny, or this might be a 16 hatch, depending. We're going to find out in just a few minutes. Okay, this is, no, he is going for a pool and an extractor right off. So not exactly sure what build he's going for right now. This is a little bit of an odd one. So it is going to be a 14 pool though. And right now we have that first Rax coming out, and a second Rax going down, so he didn't go for an early Tech Lab. He only has one gas, so we're likely to see Marines and Marauders out of him. First Tech Lab is going off, going to complete that wall in. These Overlords are moving out across the map, and the spawning pool is about to be done. He's not saving up larvae, so we're not going to see any early push, though it does look like we are going to see an 18 hatch before that third Overlord. There goes that Overlord, is coming out now. This second Rax is almost at completion. Second Supply Depot is done. That Supply Depot is going to go down, and we're seeing another Tech Lab out. Looks like he's making Marines out of this Tech Lab, so we're likely to see Stim off. He's opting to make Marines out of a Tech Lab instead of Marauders so that he can save gas for that Stim. And looks like he's doing the same thing out of this Rax as well, so we're likely to see combat shields coming up very quickly. So he's doing a double Rax speed teching. And right now, looks like Danny is just a little bit ahead in the production count due to his ability to do mass drones. He's only harvesting out of one of his gases at this point. The other one is being kind of wasted. Metabolic boost is being researched, and his expansion is being done. So if Killer doesn't do an early push, we're going to see that economy advantage go very strongly in Danny's favor, as he is going to be saturating this expansion. Overlord and Zerglings coming out. We are seeing two more Raxes being put down. Mass Marines out of both of these with Tech Labs, so he's saving up that gas to put down. Here comes another Tech Lab, so triple Tech Lab. I'm surprised we're not seeing another gas going down. He is still producing SCVs, halted there for a second, and we're seeing mass Marines here. Concussion shells is on the way. That Zergling is going to be thwarted, though he is going to see, he's going to see that double Rax with Tech Labs, so he's going to know that Marauders are doubtless on the way, though he's actually going to be seeing a lot more Marines than he would expect because Marines were being pumped so much, and he's also going to have higher tech than he's probably going to anticipate. Stim and concussion and combat shields are already completed. Concussion shells will be done shortly, and we're likely to see a reactor core on this, though we don't have one yet. He does have these hotkeyed as 4. Production is being still going on, and he's deciding to knock down these rocks. So he is going to knock down the shorter way. We're about to see a clash between those Marines and Marauders and these Zerglings. Elsewise, he's still moving on with production. On the tech, we do see that there's an Evo chamber up, Baneling's Nest, which will be good to counter this. He does have Baneling's morphing to play, but I'm not sure whether that's going to be enough to deal with this. Killer's main thing is just constant pushing. And as you can see, he's still producing constantly out of these Tech Labs. And here we go, we're about to see, here comes the fight. Baneling Stim goes off. The Banelings are going to hit, but they're pressed behind the Zerglings. And who's going to win this fight? Killer is going to come out just on top. No, it looks like Danny's going to come out with just 2 Zerglings left over. More Zerglings are out, but of course Killer with his triple Rax build is going to be able to mass. And he does have his expansion coming down. Here comes the counter. We should see a Stim. There goes the Stim, and looks like they're just going to be able to survive this assault. Or, actually, no. Does he have... No, he doesn't have any tech. Those supply depots go up. So don't laugh, those who thought he was funny having that amount of supply depots, because that actually did save him, because this first one wasn't able to go up, but the others were. He canceled that expansion. We do have Banelings coming into play, and looks like Killer's in a little bit of trouble. He's got double racks going down. His refinery is going up, so this will put him at, what's that, 7-6 reactor cores and Raxes are going up. He's got a good amount of banelings, but I think he might be able to see those banelings. He's going mostly Marauders now because of the amount of tech labs that he has up. In the early game, he was doing Marines. This is really going to pay off late game because of all the Marauders that he can get out. This expansion is really not saturated, which is really going to help in Killer's advantage, who right now does have the economic advantage because he's built more SCVs. Here comes the push. They're not going to be able to break through. Here come the Banelings. The Baneling bust. But because of the amount of supply depots he has up, it's only going to be able to knock down one. The supply depots go down. He's morphing in more Banelings right in front of this door. If Killer pushes out right now, he's going to be able to get those Banelings in production. And it looks like he is going to be able to spot them, come out, and he will be able to bust this. The Banelings are going to pop out, but they're stuck behind the Zerglings, are going to try and fall back, but that is not enough, and they're going to be destroyed before they can burst. And now Killer is counterattacking with this large force. We're likely to see stims going off. He still has fairly high health on these guys. Remember that Marauders do have a massive 125 health, and he is fully producing out of these Raxes, which is the advantage of this build. He bypasses the expansion. It's going to go straight to the main. Stim goes off, and he's going to very easily mop up on these Zerglings. And here he goes, pushing up into the main. That Queen is going to fall very quickly to mass Marauder fire, which gets an impressive 20 against armor. He pulls into where he has a wall off here with those Zerglings. As you can see, the Zerglings cannot all attack. Neither can the drones because he's got that excellent choke point there. But they are going to fall to that many. And even with the expansion, Danny is far behind on the income, especially since Killer can drop mules. Though Killer is going to be mining out here soon, he needs to expand. These buildings not producing at this time. We do have a good bit of Marines and Marauders out on the map, though. Looks like, oh, and he's got a second force. I totally missed this. Comes into the base. The Bane's Nest goes down. This spawning pool will go down, and that will be the end of the production of these military units. He does not have a Roach Warren up. All he's got is the Evo Chamber, which isn't going to help him, and that's got to be GG. He's got to call it GG any minute now. He's probably going to drop. There goes the spawning pool, but that's not going to help him. This expansion, no, he got Zerglings just enough to fend it off, but here comes the next assault, which is going to mop up on these Zerglings. Does he have techs yet? No, but he goes for the expansion. That Queen's going to fall, and now the drones are falling. They're going to try and run, but now the spawning pool's going to go down, and this has got to be GG. Not much that he can do at this point. More Marines and Marauders are coming in, more being produced and coming across the map. As you can see, with this build, he's got constant Marines and Marauders being produced 24/7. They will be trying to come in again, but are going to be fended off, and Danny leaves the game with no GG. So as you can see, Killer just did a triple Rax opener with speed techs, strong economy, followed it with another Rax without a reactor core. He produced Marines with his triple tech lab Rax in the beginning to save up that gas to be able to get the all the techs. So very early on, he had all the techs push, did a good bit of damage, and then was able to consistently produce, and even got up to, 6 Raxes on one base, and was probably very soon going to expand, but won the game before he got the chance. So thank you for joining me. Hope this helped your Terran play, and hope you enjoyed, and hope you'll join me for the rest of the cast from the RPG.net tournament. Thank you, and this is Honor for One Film signing out.